But just as I'm entering into this connection, I was shown some pictures which obviously go way back into antiquity of human beings trying to understand our human soul and what is our connection to the spiritual world. It was as if the high priests of that time would conduct like surgical operations upon the humans to find whereabouts within our, say, our chest cavity our soul was. But we have come a long way from that. But there are portals energetically which resemble those kinds of physical procedures that were attempted in our antiquity. And you can perceive a doorway just before you that if you wish to astral travel, to explore, it is literally just picturing the doorway and then allowing yourself to pass through it. And the more that you picture this doorway and the procedure of passing through it, the more it shall materialize for you energetically. It is as if the potentiality of it and of all things spiritual and soulful are with us and with you. But the seeds of it need to be activated, and then through the powers of your mind and your soul to actually create the framework that enables you to, say, astral travel or to exercise your other spiritual gifts, whatever they may be. So every human being has these potentials. Some of you have worked with these potentials in the past, in past lives. So the framework or the mechanisms that you have constructed on a soul level have stayed with you. And some of you are more readily able to pass through these portals that you have constructed. They are constructed out of universal principle and follow universal law. And part of this law involves what is the consciousness not only of a human being, but of any other species of being in the whole universe. And your consciousness is connected with you as much as you want it to be. And as you travel through the realms, it is your intention to return, to stay safe, to be connected, and that intention is always what is created for you. So it is a little bit like if you're going to astral travel. It is a little bit like if you're going on a mountain trek, that you should have a rough approximation of the map and the direction and the pathway. And when you astral travel, to travel out and to know the way to retrace yourselves back into your body. And then not only to return, but to retrieve from the places that you have frequented the wisdom and the experiences that you sought in the first place. And it is only with the intent of acquiring such knowledge or remembrances that you will gainfully achieve such. And so the real lesson here is the power and the capacity of your mind to create the soul and spiritual structures that you have perhaps been contemplating. It is all at your disposal. And as you ask and seek to develop it or refine it. It is through your meditations that your own guides will become more able to direct you and to guide you in these processes. And indeed, there is some aspects of energetic work that can be done and is being done from the other side of the veil that will assist you in this endeavor. We are extending this to you because at this point in time, and with the stages that each of you are at with your development, there is of immense benefit for you to consciously travel to different places, to different worlds, and then bring to Earth the frequency from these higher places that your Earth planet is in sore need of at this time. So you are essentially building and connecting an infrastructure akin to your own super internet of information and support, but to other worlds, to deliver into your world high frequencies, higher wisdom, a higher way of being, and to essentially stream this into the energy grid of your Earth. It requires responsibility. It requires you to discern and to be clear on what your intentions are. And one lack of discernment or one poor intention can undo much very good work. So exercise your responsibility, become familiar with the journeying, and we are here to help you with your own soul progression and that of your Earth Mother. Many blessings to you all, my friends. Okay, now feel that this particular message has come through from an Arcturian source. And he's just explaining how some of these procedures have been passed down through their world for many, many, many millennia. And for them, it's how many of them frequent our world. Also expressing that the way they travel through the cosmos to our world is not so much through physical space, but through mental thought and telepathy, which follows different rules from physical space. And they develop what is approximating an auric field bubble for them to travel in, which for some people would approximate the appearance of some kind of a spacecraft. But that's not really what it is. It is an energetic projection that enables one to travel safely and freely. And so in your own world, in Earth, with your soul and spirit within a physical world, you can exercise and should exercise the same degree of protection in your auric field, simply to protect your own energy system. Okay, and they will leave us on that note. To sit in the frequency of what our guide has brought to us. And if we can absorb this frequency, I'm sure it would then help us in turn do those things that were spoken of. Received another interesting projection. Just consider for a moment people who tried to ascend Mount Everest and set up a series of base camps. And they travel from one base camp to the other, and sometimes they have to go back and forth. Well, I've just been shown a picture from one of our guides of one of the ways they travel and communicate with us is by building bases through the frequencies as stepping stones to get into the lower density of Earth. Okay, so we can also take ourselves to various places of light, temples of light, and to travel from those places rather than from your home Earth base. They are like refueling stations, but the fuel is different. In one of the photos that I took when I first started setting up this group, I had this beautiful green sphere that just appeared in one of my photos, and that's being present now in my mind for the last few minutes. So it's like an Arcturian projection of an energy field that's here to help. So I'm imagining that I'm still absorbing or receiving from this field. And you may do the same if you wish. We're going to slowly bring ourselves back into a waking state. So just be aware of your breath once more. Be aware of your feet. Be aware of where you are sitting. And literally breathe yourself back into your body if you floated out a little bit.